A new study of drug and alcohol use has found that nearly 1 in 10 people usually use alcohol while at work. The surprise finding comes from the National Centre for Education and Training on Addiction at Adelaide's Flinders University. It also found that just over 5% of people said they'd been under the influence at work. Dr. Ken Pidd is presenting his findings to a conference on alcohol and drugs in Tasmania today.
It was surprising to us as well, but previous studies that we've done on a smaller scale tend to indicate that most of that use is usually use that's occurring at the workplace, but after people finish work, when they have a few drinks with their colleagues at work in the lunchroom, for example, or around the lockers, or at their benches or workplaces before they go home. And while that sounds pretty innocuous, travelling to and from work is still collected as part of occupational health and safety statistics, and some workplaces and some workers are indeed covered by workers' compensation insurance for travelling to and from work as well. So it's still quite a problem, quite an issue.
And do you know how much people are drinking at work on average?
No, we don't. The survey was collected as part of the National Drug Strategy Household Survey, which collects data from about 10,000 employed Australians, and the questions didn't actually allow us to ascertain the actual time that they were drinking nor the amount that they were drinking. But surprisingly, about 80% of those that reported that they had drunk at work were also reporting that they didn't think that they were under the influence of alcohol at work, which was surprising to me, which tends to indicate that they don't really are not really aware of the potential negative impact that even drinking small amounts of alcohol could have on their work performance.
What about drugs at work? What did you find there?
Around about 1% of the workforce indicated that they usually use drugs at work, and about 2% reported that they had attended work under the influence of drugs. So that suggested to us that with drug use, a lot more of it was occurring away from the workplace outside of work hours, but they were still coming to work under the influence.
Now, are there any sectors or industries where alcohol and drug use are more prevalent?
Alcohol use and drug use stood out in the hospitality industry. People are working in hotels and nightclubs and that sort of location. But also alcohol stood out in the financial services sector, and illicit drug use in the construction industry.
Dr. Ken Pidd, thank you.
Thank you.